All right, let's dive right into one of the most, truly empowering ideas in all of science. And it's this: you are not stuck with the brain you have. Now, for ages, we all kind of thought our minds were pretty much set in stone. But what if? What if that whole idea was just completely wrong? So, is your brain just a fixed machine? For the longest time, the answer science gave us was a resounding yes. The story went something like this. Your brain gets hardwired when you're young, and after that, well, it's pretty much all downhill. But what if that story we've been told is just flat out wrong? Wow. Okay, this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? It's the old versus the new. On one side, you've got this old, kind of depressing idea. The brain is this rigid thing that's just destined to get worse. But then you look at the new science, and it tells us our brain is maybe the most dynamic, adaptable thing in the entire universe. It can change all the way through our lives. And listen, this isn't just some feel-good motivational quote. It is a hard biological fact. So what's the name for this massive revelation? This idea that our brains aren't fixed? Well, it's the foundation for literally everything: learning, growing, bouncing back from setbacks. It's huge. The magic word is neuroplasticity. And all it really means is that your brain has this incredible ability to rewire itself. It can form all these new connections between brain cells. I want you to really think about this. Every single time you practice a new skill, learn a new fact, heck, even when you just have a new thought, you are physically, literally changing the structure of your brain. And here's the simplest way to remember how this all works. It's a phrase from way back in 1949, but it's perfect. Neurons that fire together, wire together. It's that simple. When a bunch of your brain cells fire off at the same time, over and over, the connection between them gets stronger. It's like if you keep taking the same path through a field, you eventually carve out a trail. Do it enough, and you've built a superhighway right inside your head. Okay, so we've established that our brains can change. That's the what. But now for the how. How does this rewiring actually happen on a biological level? What's the secret sauce that makes all these new connections possible? Well, it comes down to this one key ingredient. It's called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF, but honestly, don't worry about the name. All you need to remember is this: it's like Miracle-Gro for your brain. It's brain fertilizer. This stuff helps your existing brain cells stay healthy, and more importantly, it kickstarts the growth of new ones. So the more BDNF you've got floating around, the easier it is for your brain to learn and grow. All right, so our brain is like a garden, and BDNF is the fertilizer. That's great, but how do we actually use this information? How do we get more of that fertilizer? This is where we get to the good stuff, the toolkit. I'm gonna walk you through 3 super powerful, science-backed tools you can start using every day. First up, we gotta talk about habits. Your brain is smart. It wants to be efficient, right? So it automates things you do all the time. And it does this using a simple 3-step loop. First, there's the cue. That's the trigger. Maybe it's your phone buzzing. Then comes the routine. You automatically pick it up and check it. And finally, the reward. You get a little hit of dopamine, that pleasure chemical that tells your brain, hey, that was good, let's do that again. That whole loop gets carved into a part of your brain called the basal ganglia. It's neurons that fire together, wire together, in its most basic form. Okay, tool number 2. Let me ask you this. If I told you there was a pill you could take, a pill that would boost your brain fertilizer, sharpen your memory, and even protect your brain as you get older, you'd want it, right? I mean, who wouldn't? So what is this miracle drug? What's the single most powerful tool we have for boosting neuroplasticity? It's exercise. That's it. It's not some expensive supplement. It's not a crazy biohacking gadget. It is just moving your body. The impact that regular exercise has on your brain is so unbelievably powerful, it blows almost everything else out of the water. And look, this isn't just a nice idea. We can literally measure this stuff. Check out the data. Just 12 weeks of consistent exercise can jack up your baseline levels of that amazing brain fertilizer, BDNF, by a whopping 20 to 30%. Think about that. Every time you go for a run or hit the gym, you are actively making your brain more capable of change. And get this, it gets even crazier. The effect is so powerful, it actually changes the physical structure of your brain. Regular aerobic exercise can increase the size of your hippocampus, that's your brain's memory command center, by 1 to 2%. That might not sound like a lot, but what it does is effectively reverse years of age-related shrinkage. I mean, let that sink in for a second. You can literally turn back the clock inside your own head.
All right, our third and final tool in the kit is sleep. And please, don't think of sleep as your brain just shutting off. It's the opposite. Your brain is working overtime. It's doing two crucial jobs. First, it's like a librarian, saving the day's work. It takes all your new memories and experiences and carefully files them away for long-term storage. But at the same time, it's also the cleanup crew. It's cleaning the slate by trimming away the connections you didn't use. This gets rid of all the noise and makes room for you to learn new things tomorrow. So if you skimp on sleep, you're basically sabotaging the whole rewiring process.
So when you put all this together, what's the big takeaway? It's this. You are the architect. Your daily choices, the little things, how you move, what you focus on, how well you sleep, they aren't just things you do. They are actively sculpting the physical structure of your brain every single day. So let's put it all together. What does a day of intentional brain building look like? It's simple. In the morning, you move. Get that exercise in to flood your brain with BDNF, creating the perfect conditions for learning. Then you dive into your focused work. During the day, you practice what's important and focus blocks. And at night, you protect your sleep. You make getting 7 to 9 hours a non-negotiable because that is when all the magic happens. That's when the brain actually rebuilds itself.
Look, the science is crystal clear on this. Your brain is not fixed. It's a work in progress, and it is constantly being shaped by what you do and what you think. So really, there's only one question left to ask yourself. You are the architect of your brain, so what are you gonna build?